The year was 2017. I was on YouTube, and one of the more active YouTubers at the time in the fashion scene anyway was Magnus Ronning. I'm sure you've heard of him. He has a great brand. I don't think he does YouTube anymore, or if he does, not as consistently. Anyway, he was one of my favorite because he was one of the few who could blend comedy with information, and I really like that about him. I especially love the video where he makes fun of people in the Supreme line. Those were fun, those videos. And he uploaded this video, which I was looking forward to seeing for months.
And here they are. So, I haven't worn these outside yet, so I can't put them on a glass table. Now, these are so fucking big. Probably bigger than my head.
By the way, he uploaded that before Sanji.
And your boy got them and trying to get this video out so I could be the first.
But Sanji, I do like his video too. Well, I used to anyway. He doesn't upload anymore. But yeah, 2017. It was a 2017. It was a bad time for Makasy. Rough year, rough period of time. But it's 2023 now. I am exponentially better emotionally, physically, spiritually, sexually, any other alley that you can think of. And at the time, Balenciaga was riding high. Demna was doing big things at Batmont and at Balenciaga. He had everybody wearing hoodies and raincoat to Paris Fashion Week, which was insane. And it was a weird time in fashion, and for me as well, for Makasy, the younger Makasy. He still wasn't into high fashion yet. He was very much a hype piece at the time. Streetwear, you know, and then the Bernie collection came out, the initial collection from Demna at Balenciaga, and it was a big hit. Everybody loved that collection. I really liked it too. I think people remember that collection for the Triple S and the Thai supermarket inspired bags. At the time of the release, they were going for $795, and at that time, Makasy, me, I don't know why I said that in third person, Makasy, the biggest purchase he made with regard to footwear was the Foamposite, which was around $220, I believe, or $250, in the 200 range. However, for some reason, I was ready to pull the trigger for the $795 because I genuinely love the silhouette. I love the Balenciaga Triple S model so much. I was ready to spend $800. But if you were there at the time, if you were into high fashion at the time, even if you had the money, you could not get it. They were selling out everywhere. They were selling out online instantaneously, and every subsequent restock sold out for a good year. Every time they released something related to the Triple S, sold out instantly. I did not get it. I was ready. However, I never gotten it. So you may be asking, why am I getting it now? Why do I want it now? The shoes, the hype has died down. The sneaker did not stand the test of time. People are selling it way below retail. Balenciaga flooded the market. They changed the factory to China. That was a big controversy. And then they have the numerous controversy with regard to their marketing campaigns. The answer is rather simple. I loved it back then, and I still do. I genuinely love the silhouettes. And it was a random Wednesday, I believe, and I had a dream about it. I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was like, you know what? They're selling below retail now, which was surprising at the time because I haven't looked into it. So when I saw that they were selling for like 300 to 500, I was like, that's surprising. I thought they were still in because I haven't been into footwear for the longest time, so I'm not that in tune with the sneakerhead market. But Balenciaga Triple S, they were selling below retail. And then I talked to my partner, and she agreed with me. She liked the shoes, and then I just bought it because genuinely, I really like the silhouettes, and the fact that I got it below retail, which is also a pretty big deal because prior to that day, I thought they were still selling for like 800, 900 because retail now is 1200. So the fact that I got, oh, by the way, the shoes I'm getting, I got it for $300, which is amazing. I got it off Grail. And yeah, retail, they're going for like around 1200 right now. So 300, it's a pretty good deal. It's used, yes, but still a great deal. At the time that I was into the sneaker, 2017, people were reselling it for profit. People were selling it for $2,000, $1,500. I had just gotten a pair of Geo Basket. I made like 7 videos with regard to that sneaker if you haven't watched. And that was a pair that high school Makasy really wanted. The Balenciaga, when it first came out, I was in college. And if you're at a university right now, you've seen those rich international students. They wear whatever is hype right now. And at the time, every one of them was wearing the Balenciaga Triple S. I saw it everywhere. I was jealous. My current life has always been about correcting my past mistakes or fulfilling a dream that I once couldn't fulfill for whatever reason that was. An example for correcting a past mistake would be I used to be incredibly jealous to the point of annoying. And this woman and I, we had, what are the kids calling it now? The situationship. And, so that was back in 2015, 2016. But then in 2018, 2019, I hit her up. I apologized to her for the way I acted. We talked about it a little bit. She apologized. I apologized. But the essence of that story is it's never too late to apologize for your past mistake or amend your past mistake. The other person will appreciate it, whether it's a week too late, a month too late, or years even after. And it's also never too late to dig up one of the past dreams the younger you that had, no matter how stupid or how dumb. Make the little you happy. And before you get too hard on your younger self, which we all do, which I do, they got us here. They got you to where you are today. So do a couple of nice things for them. Realize one of their dreams. So, some of the questions and thoughts about these Balenciaga Triple S. I'm very, very excited for them to arrive. I bought it. They're probably currently in the air right now. So, my first question is, how heavy? Because every time I've seen a review of these, people have talked about the weight.
You walk around with fucking bricks and hooves.
Although they look heavy and they feel heavy and they are heavy.
And also the shoes are kind of on the heavy side.
I don't think they're that heavy because I'm coming from the Kiss boot, the Geo basket. I have owned these large footwear already. So the weight is not a big concern for me, but it will be interesting to compare them to the Stan Smith, to my Crocs, to my Kiss boot, to my Geo basket. My next concern is comfort. 3 outsole. So hopefully one of them will be soft or 2 of them will be soft because they don't look that comfortable. They look very hard, but look can be deceiving. And then the next point I want to talk about the dirt. So I'm buying this secondhand, which is a new thing for me, buying used sneakers. Will I be able to determine which dirt is from the factory or which dirt is from the owner of the previous owner? So I'm excited to trying to see if I can pinpoint those. Buying the Geo basket, fulfilling a dream of mine I didn't know that was still deep in me. Will it feel the same way with this case? Because I already did it once and that felt really good. So doing it a second time, will it has less of the magic? Think about like getting your first designer footwear. The first time, super exciting. You're analyzing the box, analyzing the shoelaces, analyzing everything. But then the subsequent purchases, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, you gradually become less excited because you know what it feels like already. So I'm hoping to see what it feels like on the day of the arrival. But at the moment, I can tell you right now, I'm very, very excited because 2017 Makasy, he went through a tough time and he deserved these sneakers. China versus Italy, that was one of the big things. Balenciaga changing factory, it was a big controversial. From their press release, it was like, China, they can make the shoe lighter, but it's probably cost, expenses. They knew they needed to make a lot of sneakers. They have to outsource them to China because there are more factories and, they can produce it for much cheaper. And I believe at the time when they relocated the factory of the Triple S, they didn't lower the price either. So then their profit margin just grew exponentially. Another concern of mine, let's put the photo back up, the triple sole extending to the far back. Will I need to change my walking pattern? Because with my Kiss boots, I have to change my walking pattern. Another thing, the padding on the collar. I am very interested in that because they're mesh, they're not leather, so they will fall apart. So how did the previous owner take care of it? How do they come originally from the factory? Will they have a lot of padding? Will it break down as fast? Because the two most important things for me anyway with regard to sneakers is the heel drags and then the collar padding, the interior collar padding. When those two things are fucked up and have holes, they make for a very uncomfortable walking experience. My next concern, breathability. Well, not a concern, more I am planning to wear these sneakers year round and I would love to wear it in the winter. So I kind of want them to be not on the breathable side. Similar to my Geo Basket. My Geo Baskets are not breathable. The padding is a lot. I'm hoping these shoes won't be too breathable so I can wear them in the winter and my feet are still warm. The laces. I love the laces. I love how they look. They look to be like those hiking laces. So I look forward to seeing the length of it because I like my footwear to have longer laces so then you can have more styling option. Preferably for me, I just like to have my lace dangle so then it looks like it's walking with me. And with regard to colorway, I got this particular colorway, and Balenciaga and Demna, they have released hundreds of colorway already, but I only recognize these three that you're seeing on the screen now. These three are the OG. So the one I'm getting today is not my first choice either. I would love to get the Legos, wherever it is on the screen. The Lego, that's what they're called. And this is my second choice. And then my third choice is the all gray. But, you know, I'm only getting these. These are not going to be my fashionable sneakers. These are just going to be my beater, my everyday sneakers. So it's okay, whatever colorway. I just have to fulfill the dream of the younger me. It's about the silhouette of the shoes. It's not really about the colorway. Oh, I almost forgot. How easy or how hard will it be to take it on and off? Because if it is hard to put it on and off, I can see my Crocs, I can see my Geo Basket, one of my other sandal, one of my boots winning out when I go downstairs, look at my footwear collection and see what I want to wear out that day. And the tongue, they look to be very short. I'm hoping it will be longer than the photo showed. And the pull tab does not look to be long either. With my Guidi and my Kiss boot pull tab, they're super long, so they're easy to just put your finger in, stretch it out, and put your feet in. One of the things I'm actually really looking forward to, the sizing on the toe cap. I thought that was so innovative. So I'm really hoping to see like that POV view looking down at your sneakers. Will it still feel as magical, or will it die when I get the sneakers and wear it a few times? And I don't think I mentioned this yet, but I have never tried on the shoes. I have seen the shoes in real life. I saw them at Saks, but I didn't have I was too nervous. I didn't want to ask the workers if I could try it on because I knew I wasn't gonna buy it. It was $1,000 and it was 2018 or 2019. I wasn't into the sneakers anymore. I was just walking by the mall. I saw it, so I held it. I know what it feels like. I don't remember much. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, but I have never tried it on, so I don't know how comfortable it is. I don't know the sizing. I forgot all the video already. I think people recommend like half a size down, half a size up. Anyway, I don't really listen to people, whatever they recommend with regard to sizing. I just trust myself to always go true to size because for the most part, for 99% of the time, it has worked out for me. I've always loved the big Balenciaga logo on the outsole. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see my own reaction, whether that younger self, that younger me will come out and like feel that relief, feel that joy, you know? I don't know how it is, but I'm excited, and I will write all that down because when I got my Geo Basket, I was genuinely so happy because the younger me came out. He was so excited with me. It was a good time. So I'm hoping I can replicate that feeling because it was a good feeling. I genuinely love the shape. I don't care that it's out of trend. I don't care that people don't like them anymore. I love them. I have loved them since day one. So 2017 until now, that's what, 5-6 years now. So it may be 6 years too late, but at least it's coming up, you know? It's not one of those things where I never did it. So better late than never. But yeah, I will see you next week with my unboxing or first impression. I've been doing these first impression video. I really like doing that. So I will see you next week. I'm very excited. Very excited about these sneakers. I will see you next week. Bye-bye. My name is Makasy.